Hey everybody, my name is Brandon Scott and welcome to the Fandom Pastor, which can be found on our YouTube channel, Facebook page, or podcast. The Fandom Pastor is for all of us who love our fandoms and our faith. Fandoms are anything that somebody has a deep love for. Harry Potter, Broadway musicals, cult films, to name just a few. Join the Fandom Pastor as we see how God is connected to it all. And don't forget to share, like, and subscribe.
Hey all, this is Pastor Brandon with our next episode of the Fandom Pastor. We continue our series on cryptids and mythological creatures. Of course, we've been focusing a lot on mythological creatures because there is an amazing number of them out there. The clue from last time was this creature is found in pretty much all cultures, and its existence partially came from people misidentifying dinosaur bones. If you figured out the clue or recognized the theme from the last couple weeks, you know we're talking about dragons. So, a dragon is a magical, legendary creature, appears again in folklore, multiple cultures worldwide. Beliefs about dragons vary obviously a lot depending on what region you're in. Dragons in Western cultures are usually depicted as winged, horned, capable of breathing fire. Dragons in Eastern cultures are usually depicted as wingless, four-legged, serpentine creatures with above average intelligence. Dragons are actually mentioned by name multiple times in the Bible. Depending on the culture, sometimes dragons are seen as evil, some are seen as benevolent. And let's be honest, the same goes for people. We have the choice in this life, good or bad. Um, so 1 John chapter 2 verses 15 to 17 says, "Do not love this world nor the thing it offers you, for when you love the world, you do not have the love of the Father in you." Now, when we look at, again, the Western culture, we see a lot of where dragons are recognized as hoarders, hanging on to uh, all the wealth that they can. We've seen this in The Hobbit when um, Bilbo and the dwarves go and find Smaug, and trying to get that gold and that wealth, and we see that throughout the different cultures that are, especially in a lot of history, Western history, dragons are seen as hoarders and hanging on to everything and not letting go, and just uh, wanting more and more wealth and more power, and just hoarding it all. And we certainly have people who have that mentality as well, that desire to have more and more and more, thinking that more will make you more happy. But then we look at Acts 20:35. It says, "In all things I have shown you that by working hard in this way, we must help the weak and remember the words of the Lord Jesus, how he himself said, 'It is more blessed to give than receive.'" So we have the same thing with, and when we're looking at the Eastern dragons, who are seen as, again, benevolent, wise, giving advice and helping out, and really symbolizing what we are supposed to be doing with everything that we have. Corey Ten Boom is an amazing author, and she said, "Hold everything in your hands lightly, otherwise it hurts when God pries your fingers open." And that's what we should be doing. We should be willing to let go and to serve God. So if God says to let go of your wealth, let go of your gold, as the dragons would do, or not want to do, rather, if we let go of what God tells us to let go, we are helping and not hurting others and not hurting ourselves. So we have to recognize, how are we serving God? Are we a Western dragon that is hoarding and holding on to more than we could possibly really need? Or are we helping others? And we can see that especially as we think of the more wealthy people in our world and in our culture. We can see, I'm not going to name any of the more negative people, but we see these people that have so much money that there's no way they could possibly spend it all, and yet they want more and more and more. And then we see wonderful people. Uh, and I will share one here. Dolly Parton is an amazing person who is constantly giving of herself, constantly doing as much as she can, making sure there's plenty of books for kids, taking care of her community around her um, her theme park, Dollywood. I mean, just all the amazing things that you can do when you let go. Being an Eastern dragon, as it were. So it's just something to think about, and there's so many ways we can talk about dragons, but that's the one that popped into my head, and that's what I really thought about. So think about it. Consider, what kind of dragon are you? So here's my clue for next time. We continue our series on cryptids and actually mainly mythological creatures. This creature is a symbol of immortality and rebirth and is referenced in pulp culture all over the place, including the Harry Potter series. Thanks, God bless, and see you next time.